Hello, welcome to Tarot by the Moon. Tash here at Tarot by the Moon, coming in with an extra reading for you guys. Thanks for all the likes, shares, subscribes for the last reading, which was a new Moon in Virgo reading. After I'd done the reading, I realised that I hadn't done the Starseed Oracle at the end. Now, I'm trying to keep the videos a little bit shorter, the main videos, so I've done that, okay? So what I thought I'd do, I thought, oh no, I've messed that up, but then straight away Spirit came in and advised me that I haven't in fact messed it up at all. What this means is I'm going to be doing two separate readings, so I'll be doing the main reading that I always do, and then I'm going to come in with a Starseed reading just after that, or around the same time as that, okay? Hope that makes sense. It made sense to me. It was a case of, oh no, I've messed that up, and then a little birdie on my shoulder sort of saying, no, you haven't. This is just a way to, this is just perfect the way it's going to work out. So here we go. So I'm going in with a starseed reading for us. We're still in the new moon. We're still in lovely new moon energy. We're in Sagittarius day today, yesterday and tomorrow. I do love the Sagittarian energy very, very much, but at the minute we've got a quincux going on with the planet Chiron, and Chiron is the planet of healing, a wounded healer. I think I've talked to you guys about this before. So it can bring a lot of sensitivities to the surface. It can make you feel quite vulnerable and things like that, okay? So that's what's going on at the minute. But don't forget that beautiful Sagittarius energy. Funny enough as well, the card that I did for my Tarot of the Day today, if you follow that on my Facebook page, was the Temperance, which is the Sagittarius energy. So no coincidence there, okay? Just perfectly in alignment. So one thing that strongly teaches us is about being able, it's a very alchemical sort of energy. So you can take one energy and turn it into another energy. So while we can take something that's bad and transfigure it into something that's good, those sensitivities that are coming up for healing, those issues that are coming up for healing over the next couple of days, beware of taking something really good and turning it into something bad as well, okay? So just be aware of that energy and grounding that energy a little bit. So I thought what we'll do a Starseed Oracle, right? Now in this lovely little book, there's lots of different suggestions for different readings, but I think I'm going to go with the fated life versus fated destiny for us and make it a regular thing. Okay, I think I did one of these before when I first had this oracle set, and you all loved it very much. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to clarify with the tarot as well on that, okay? Just to give it a bit more depth. So you don't need to be any particular star sign. You don't need to be any of that at all. This is for everyone. If it resonates, keep it. If it doesn't, just enjoy it for what it is. If you're enjoying it, please hit the like button. Please give me a subscribe, a share and a comment. I absolutely love to hear from each and every one of you. So, fated life versus destiny life. The fated life is the life that you're born into, the one that society sets up for you to follow. The destiny life is the hero's journey. Oh, it's perfect for Sagittarius energy. Spirit of adventure. If ever there was a sign that summed up the hero of the hero's journey, it's got to be that kind of Sagittarian energy. So perfect, and we've all got that, you know. It doesn't matter, you don't have to be a particular sign. We've all got that influence over us. So let's work with it. Let's learn. This is what this channel's all about. Let's learn to work with those energies instead of letting them overwhelm us, okay? So the life that society has set out for you, the life that perhaps even you and other people around you, you've been brought up, as you've been, for want of a better way of putting it, brainwashed into behaving in certain ways and having certain expectations put upon you of how your life should be, compared to your hero's journey, okay? What your soul is actually calling for you to do, what the higher calling of your life is, the hero's journey. And the leap, the bridge. So these three cards, one would represent your so-called life, the expected life. The next one will represent your hero's journey, and then the next one will represent your leap, the bridge, how we're going to see what I mean? Change that energy from this to that. Are we going to alchemically process that even, one might say. So this should be interesting. Now, as I always say to you guys, I only ever take the flippers and the fallers from the shuffles. So sometimes it takes a little time. Sometimes we readers, sometimes we have to shuffle and shuffle and shuffle before anything comes up. That's because there's a lot of energy being shifted in the collective, okay? So, just as you know, that's how it is. And there is a lot of it. And like I say, with that Chiron planet coming in this last couple of days, that is the wounded healer. So a lot of issues may be coming up, a lot of, you may be feeling vulnerable, a lot of insecurities, a lot of sensitivity, hypersensitivity even. But when you feel those things, when you feel that way, that's because something's coming up for healing. It's not something to be shied away from, it's something to be embraced. A lot of people, and we're all guilty of it at some time in our lives, will push that down, push those feelings down, pretend they're not happening. And of course what happens then is life will just throw us different circumstances over and over again until we've learned those lessons and that healing's been done. Just one more card for collective, please. That's the bridge. Wow, there's a lot of heavy energy here today, for sure. Okay, we've got two more interesting, so we'll take the two into consideration. Oh, actually there were three all along. There were three all along, so we'll take it as your expected life, your soul life, and the bridge. And we'll look at these two for consideration in a minute as well, okay? Okay, we're just going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading today. For anyone watching over this reading, for all spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the planet we live on, for ourselves, for each other, for anyone involved in your reading, nothing but radical compassion and love. For all of the creatures that live on this planet with us, for all of the creatures that live in dimensions that we don't even understand, in other galaxies, in other forms. Nothing but radical compassion and love coming through spirit into this reading today, and so it is. Love it. Right, empathic starseed. We looked at this one last week. We looked at it in detail. Now, if you haven't already watched the video, go back 2 videos, not the last one, the one before, okay? And have a look, because we talked about this in detail at the end of that. So this is representing sorry, I laugh because the energy coming up straight away is just okay. Phenomenal. Okay, this is what's expected of us, okay? Empathic starseed. Okay, lots of people watching this, especially if you've been attracted to look at this video, you probably have got a lot of empathic abilities. Now, everyone's got empathic abilities. We're born with empathic abilities. People learn, you learn how to empathise. A child learns how to empathise with other children, etc., etc. But as life goes on, for very many of us, the shine of that is taken away and people become withdrawn and people become selfish and start acting out of their lower chakras instead of acting out of their heart, which is a natural way to be, okay? So this is what's expected of us, is to keep giving, is to be that empathic person that keeps giving, that keeps putting other people first, that keeps just giving and giving, all the time, until perhaps it's hurting you a little bit, and until perhaps you're feeling very, very drained, very, very discombobulated and things like that. We'll come back and look at that again, but I do recommend you go back and look at the other video, because we talked about that a lot. This is your soul mission. I love this card. Double mission. Now, I've said many times to many of my friends before I ever got these cards, do you feel like you're on a double mission in life? You feel like you're on a double mission because you are on a double mission. Light worker starseed, serve the world by being you. This is your hero's journey. This is your true soul purpose, okay? You're on a double mission. People just think you're this nice, sweet person that just is kind and keeps giving and keeps trying to help people. They don't know the real power of that. They don't understand the... more and more people are coming to understand it, I have to say, in droves. But generally, you know... you might have always felt like, you know, there's more to this, there's more to the way that I am, there's more to my sensitivities, there's more to all of these experiences I keep getting and the way other people seem to be responding to it or treating me or whatever. There is more to it. You are in fact on a double mission. Okay, we'll talk about that in a little minute. And then the third one, the bridge of how we're going to sort of integrate these two aspects of our lives, 3D and the 5D together, so to speak, is called cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Funny that I've used that word earlier on when I've described the Sagittarius energy and how this reading's going to work and the energy we're in at the minute. It's very much alchemical, spiritual alchemy. This is going to be an interesting reading. I'm so glad that I've come to do this today. To be honest with you, I've been feeling a very heavy energy myself, and straight away, as soon as I started to do this, I'm feeling better. You guys know, you know, it's true. The other thing I've been drawn to there, and it made me laugh a little bit because I'm feeling that Sagittarian energy with the Chiron. Excuse Mr. Milo there. In case anybody's not watched before, I've got two dogs here. That's Mr. Milo. You can hear in the background. He's passing stress, so he loves to join in the readings. It's my little boy. Look at that mirror and look into that mirror, and I've never seen it before, and I've looked at this card several times. As I say, I've discussed it quite extensively on the channel before. If you look into that mirror, that sort of abstract shape there, does that not look like a horse? That's what made me giggle anyway, and of course that's a symbol that's linked with the Sagittarian energy as well. So fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to use, this is a new way for me to do things. Like I say, I've already discussed empathic starseeds with you guys quite extensively. Absorbing what's not yours. So this is what I expected of you. You're expected to keep absorbing what's not yours and give in and right and all of that sort of thing. You can struggle with being on earth and in a physical body. Many people will be prone to addictions and depression. And this is what I mean. At the minute, this energy, at the minute of the Chiron energy, it can make you feel a little bit depressed because it's bringing up a lot of stuff for healing. If you're feeling like that, don't be scared to reach out. It'll always point you in the right direction of professional help if you're feeling triggered or anything like that, okay? Can leave you feeling a little bit depressed, for sure. But if that is how you feel, recognise that that is just coming up for you to heal something. There's something you need to shift. There's energy that needs to be shifted there. There's something you need to look at there. Don't be scared to look at that, okay? It's how we move forward, it's how we heal. Natural introvert, you tend to prefer spending time alone. Crowds can be overwhelming, etc, etc. And most of us, if you've tuned into this video, even if you've never seen me before, you'll understand that. That's probably why you were attracted to even watch this video in the first place. Okay. Double mission. Let's have a quick look at that. Light work. This is your actual mission. So while you're feeling all this heavy energy, especially right now, and all this, I don't want to be in a crowd, leave me alone, I want to stay in bed, this is too much sensitivity, and a lot of it isn't even yours, it's other people's and the collective energy around us that we're purging. Have a little think, alright? That's not what we want to get trapped in. Remember that you're on a double mission. Starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time is running out and that there's something they came here to do. Now we've all felt like that as well. I bet you anyone watching this will have said, yeah, I felt like that. It feels like there's something, what's going on, there's something underlying that we're supposed to be doing. You're actually doing it. The collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting your life to something bigger. Until you remember your collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that you're forgetting something important. It's common for a light worker starseed to feel that they're different, or that you may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing a voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. Very, very much so. I know I've been guilty of that in the past, and I'm sure a lot of people are, where you dim your light, where you try and make yourself fit in and be normal. You've got to come out of that spiritual closet. You've got to come out of that weirdo closet. Trust me, I'm still in the process of doing it and unfolding it, and I always will be. So you're in good company. The more you learn to do it, the more you'll learn to be your authentic self and just embrace it. The more other people accept it and embrace it. It's the simplest way I can put it. The more you just stop trying. I spent many years just going, oh, I wish I was a normal girl, you know, and whatever. Not anymore. You know, what's normal anyway? We could do a whole show about that. Exactly. Just it's time to start embracing that side of yourself. Sooner you start to embrace that side of yourself, sooner you step into that true power, sooner other people will respond to it and respect it, the sooner you'll find other people who can support you and help you on that journey as well, okay? If you have pulled this card, which we have collectively, okay, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision that you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. So relax, because I think a lot of us spent a lot of time as you're going through that journey feeling like, well, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? I'm waiting to meet some kind of guru or somebody who's going to say to me, oh, you know, this is what you're supposed to be doing, or you've been initiated in a certain way or anything like that. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. It's not necessary. And as soon as you realise that, there's a great weight lifted off with it all as well. As soon as you realise, well, no, it's not like that. All it means is just what I've already said to you, is just accepting it, learning how to hone that, learning how to integrate that in so-called normal life instead of getting bogged down with all that overly empathic sort of energy and everything. Okay, if you do resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up. There you go, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. I say it to people all the time in tarot readings, follow your bliss. Whenever you feel lost in life, or like you're different, or like you're not going to ever fit in with societal norms, I mean, I could go on and on about that. Societal norms, I don't believe any human being is meant to fit in with societal norms personally. Very, very few people fit that standard of what societal norm demands of people. Let's be ourselves. Let's learn how to be authentic. Let's learn how to be our true selves. Let's learn how to be different, because we're all different, we're all unique, and yet we all share so much in common too. Let's try and learn that and grow that. Okay? When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up, and then lose yourself in that doing, you light up the world without even trying, you see. It's no great plan. It's not like you're going to get whisked off to an Harry Potter school or anything like that's going to happen. It's just about going, it could be anything. It could be art, for instance. You could go, oh, I need to get back onto my art. I need to get back onto my writing. I need to get back onto my spiritual work. I need to get back onto my counselling work. If that's what makes you feel good and more lights you up and where your joy is, personally for me, I love doing these readings. I love doing this stuff. I love learning about it. I love growing it. Any kind of spiritual work like that. And for a long time it was like a secret. It was like a secret hobby. But these days, I can honestly say, and in fact I said it earlier on, it's very often where the only place, sounds a bit sad but true, sometimes it's the only place where I'm finding any joy, you know, and that says a lot. That is what you're meant to be doing. So I encourage you to explore those parts of yourself, because by doing that you open up, you share, you draw other people, you help them to open up, you share, we join together, and that is how we raise the vibration of planet Earth. That is how we raise the vibration of humanity. Okay? I've got that Leonard Cohen song in my head. I did just listen to it this afternoon. Mea Cooper. Thought by thought, day by day, thought by thought. One little thing at a time, bringing light into each little thought, bringing light into each little action. And when you can't, you're only human, and we are living in a very dense energy, especially if you're very sensitive and you're empathic and you're a starseed and all of those things. We are living in a very, very dense energy. It is a dark, dense energy in the world on this planet today, and it is very, very difficult, especially the more sensitive you are sometimes. So when you can't do it, you can't do it. There's no point in putting resistance there and beating yourself up about it. You just drop out, you relax, you learn how to look after yourself, okay? Cracked open. This is how we're bridging these two together. Listen, I've never looked at this card before, so this is quite exciting for me. So like I say, this is still a fairly new oracle set that I'm using. Cracked open. There we are. What did I just say? Spot on. Don't let the weight and density of this world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body, at the centre front of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can follow our wounds and be alchemized. There you go, spot on. This is what I'm feeling, this is where it's at today. Let the pain, sorrow and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. This is exactly where I'm coming from with this Sagittarius Chiron energy that we're in at the minute. It's about alchemizing that, taking the pain. That's what a true healer does. Taking all of the pain, taking all of the heartbreak, and actually, you don't alchemize something by pretending it's not there or not feeling it. You have to feel it. You have to be brave enough to feel it and strong enough to feel it. And then it turns into the gold. Then it will naturally turn into gold, because then you will realise your own strengths. You will realise the wisdom in the lessons that you've received. And that's where the healing is. That's where the growth is. So be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us to grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first they have to crack us open. This is what I'm saying. You can't be scared of it, okay? You've got to come out of that closet. Sometimes it hurts like hell. Oh yeah, it's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. To surrender to the process is how the light gets in. Oh, another piece of wisdom from Leonard Cohen pops up there. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. It's pretty much what that sentence is saying. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pain and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows and your hurt happened for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Can't hide from pain, can't hide from sorrow, can't hide from negative situations taking hold sometimes, never mind how wisely you think you've navigated life circumstances and what have you. It's exactly where I'm coming from today. It makes you more and more yourself, because it shows you how strong you are, shows you the superhuman you are, shows you the powerful starseed that you are. Don't forget, when you heal something in your own personal realm, you heal it for the collective, you heal it for the whole of your family line, you heal it for the whole of humanity. Okay, and that's part of the double mission that we're on. Okay, I felt quite emotional there, because I've been feeling that all day, and that spot on there, that cracked open. Okay, life will crack you open, allow it to crack you open. It's not for the faint-hearted, but this is why some of us are so sensitive. This is why some of us are so aware, conscious. Okay, it's not something to be scared of. I've got that in darkness light, in Erebos Phos, the ancient Greek goddess Hecate, goddess of magic, witchcraft, sorcery and all that. Look it up, it's absolutely fascinating to look it up if you don't know about all of that. And her maxim was in Erebos Phos, which translates to in darkness light, and that's what it's about. It's about not being scared of that dark. It's not being about not being scared of those wounds that are coming up for healing, those wounds that are coming up to be looked at, those strong emotions that are coming up and shaking you a little bit, especially this energy we're in right now, really shaking you up a bit, to show you what you need to heal, to show you what needs to come up. Let it surface, let it come up, let it hurt even. And as soon as you recognise that that's what's going on, then you can heal it, then you can move on from it, wherever it is. If you just keep on pushing it down, pretending you're okay, it's not going to heal anything. Life's just going to keep throwing circumstances at you until that comes up. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to have a little clarify with some tarot cards. I just thought we'd try it this way. I've never tried it this way before, so see what you think. Let me know. Give me some feedback what you think about this style of reading. So if we do that every week, what's been expected of us, what our hero's journey is, and how we're bridging that, because that is perfect, isn't it? This is where we're at, empathic starseed, feeling like everything's a bit much and overwhelming and everybody expects us to be nice all the time. This is the double mission, the light worker mission, and this is how we're bridging it. By allowing ourselves to feel that, by allowing ourselves to be cracked open by a bit of pain, allowing this healing energy of Chiron, Sagittarius, the alchemist, to transform, alchemize that energy. Okay, make sure you're looking after yourself. If you do feel like you're going through a lot of this at the minute, I certainly feel like I am, and God be honest, make sure you look after yourself. Easy said than done sometimes, but watch you don't get too overwrought, and I mean that in like a very physical way. I mean, make sure you're eating properly, make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure that, you know, if things are too much, you don't want to you might notice, because I noticed it yesterday, for instance. I've been feeling quite strong in that way lately, but I went out and about yesterday, and I only went out to do some shopping or whatever. And when I come back, I was wore out. And it was just from being around too many people. And then I realised I'm feeling extra sensitive, and then I realised what was going on with the astrology, and I thought, yeah, you need a nice early night, have a nice early night, okay? If you need to say no to people, say no to people. If you don't want to cook dinner, don't cook dinner. You know, you've got to allow this healing to come up, and other people's healing as well will be, other people's pain will be drawn to you as well. Other people will be coming to you for healings without even knowing that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's enough for anyone. So don't feel bad about, you know, any of it. Just look after yourself. Give yourself a little bit of extra treat. Do something nice for yourself. Right, so we've got the Magician. Perfect, that makes perfect sense. To clarify the first card. Okay, got a bit of crossing energy there. Oh, we've got to look at those two as well. I'll have a quick look at those now. I'm not quite sure how the format of this reading is going to go, because this is like a prototype, so to speak. So let me know what you think. I don't know how I can improve it. So I haven't really given it much thought. I've just gone in with it as well. I thought it's best not to overthink it right now. But I really felt like it needed to be done. And it couldn't have come at a more perfect time. There's a lot of crossing energy here. We're going to look at that now. We'll dig into that now. There's a lot of heavy energy. It's no surprise. Okay. Three of Wands come up to clarify our double mission. And the bridge. Oh, what's that? Judgment. Not surprised to see that either. I thought on that card earlier on. And this one flipped over as well. Six of Wands, Victory. I'm going to leave it over here and we'll consider it with those extra two that came out. Victory, my loves. That's what we want. And of course, it's inevitable. We have to be. We know this. There's not even a question, I don't feel, over whether ascension is really happening, going to happen, or whatever. It is happening. It's going to happen. It has to happen. It simply has to. Okay. So, take heart. The Magician. Love the Magician energy. Right, this has come up to clarify where we're at, what we expect, what's expected of us on a day-to-day. Okay, that's come up to support us there. This is about being a master manifester. This is about realising your own power and stepping into your own power of you have everything within you to create the life that you desire. Yes, you do. I know that's hard to believe, and believe me, I'm just a normal human being with stresses and strains the same as everybody else. And yeah, it is difficult. Yeah, it is hard to remember that, and it is hard to learn how to master all of those elements that we possess to make life the way we want it, and we are learning all the time that we co-create everything that we've brought to us, everything, all of our troubles as well as our blessings. So remember that you are this magic, you're the magician of your own life, okay? Take control of it, okay? Empathic starseeds get pretty put on by a lot. You can feel put on by people around you. You can feel taken advantage of even, and there's a lot of people out there who've got a lot of deep healing to do, and society might like to call them narcissists or various things like that. Hurt people will be drawn to you. Remember that you are the magician. Remember that you are in control of this shit, okay? You're in control of it. You're in control of it. And I don't mean that in a bossy or dominant way, because there's absolutely no need to be bossy or dominant when you're in your true power. You're just simply in your true power. Like I explained to you the other week, a few readings ago. I can't remember what brought it up, but there was an analogy came to me of staying on your throne, staying in alignment. Staying in alignment with this guy here. Okay. He's got the infinity symbol above him there. It's nothing that he cannot manifest when he's in alignment, when he's not wearing himself out and running himself ragged. The thing is, a lot of empathic people, a lot of healers, a lot of starseeds, very damaged people will be drawn to you. As the nature of the way you are, you will feel like you want to fix everyone. You can't fix everyone. You can't fix anyone, is the truth. The only one you can fix is yourself. That's what this reading's about. When you fix yourself and you focus upon fixing yourself and stepping into that power, that enables other people to fix themselves. That's how it works. You can't be out there fixing other people. You can see where they're going wrong. You can see the type of person they are, and you can choose how much of that you're letting into your own energy. But really and truly, the only person you need to fix, and the only power you really have, is over your own SHIT. Okay? So that's what that's showing me there with the magician. Remember that. 3 of Wands coming up to clarify Starseed mission, double mission for humanity. This is about our long-awaited ships coming in. This is this card that's saying, sometimes it feels like, to me this is saying, sometimes it feels like it's not happening. You could look at the news, you could get all panicky every single day. Oh, what's happening now? Oh God, this about. Oh, have you seen the news? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? All right. And of course we have to watch the news sometimes. Well, try not to as much as I possibly can. But you know what I'm saying. You have to sort of understand at least a rudimentary amount of what's going on in the world. And a lot of it is very, very dense, heavy energy. And sometimes you might feel like, what's the point? Is this real? Is this double mission we're all supposed to be on a real? Yeah, it is a real thing. 3 of Wands has come up there to clarify it. We're on the right path. Our ships are coming in. Success is coming in. It's on the way. It's happening. The thing is, it's never at a point, like anything in life or anything in nature, is one of the things we all learn is nothing's ever at a point where it's done, it's completed, it's finished, that's the end now. It's a continuing, ongoing process. But it's being added to all the time. We are raising the vibration every time. Every time we choose to watch a news story and watch it with an observed sort of distance without allowing it to make us feel toxic fear, to make us feel separation from other humans or fearful or buy into any of the nonsense. Every time we do that, we're raising the vibration. Every time we stay in our power and we refuse people to bully us and put us down because they've still got healing to do, we stay in our power. We raise the vibration every time. Every time we take a positive action to heal ourselves, to stay in alignment, we've raised the vibration every time. Love over fear every time. Every time we choose a positive thought over a negative thought. Alchemizing, Sagittarius, here we go. This is what I mean. Every time you choose to turn that negative into a positive, or you refuse to allow it to bring you down or knock you off your throne, or you allow yourself to be cracked open and feel that pain for yourself and for the collective, so that the light can come in and heal every time. Every time you do that, you are raising the vibration of the the planet, of the whole of humanity, timelines, all of it. It's happening. It's happening whether you accept it or not. Yeah. I've got the Judgment coming in to support the bridge. Cracked open. I felt like this card was going to come out today somehow for me. Thought about this card earlier on when I was sort of studying and meditating, and it didn't come up then. Okay, having compassion. It says here at the bottom, look, in this particular set, it says, I look with compassion for myself. Exactly. Look with compassion for yourself, because by looking for compassion with yourself, you'll be able to extend that compassion out to others. You'll be able to extend radical, as I always say to you guys, radical compassion to all situations and circumstances, instead of judging it. That's alchemy. So instead of judging it, judgment, radical compassion, just understanding that, you know, a lot of the things that we call good and bad in this world are neither. They just are. They just are. Taking a higher view. Alright. It's also about, I feel like whenever I see this card, you can't help thinking, you know, there's a very angelic sort of presence about it. Here's Mr. Murray. Here's my other dog, Win. He's coming to say hello. Hello, Mr. Murray. Come here. Come here. Here he is. Come here. There's Mr. Murray. And Mr. Murray. Sorry about that, folks. So this is about the angelic forces, as I was saying, ever trying to work with us, ever trying to come in and help us and show us, the ascended masters. I always get a vibe of that when I look at this. The ascended masters, the angel, all the higher authorities spiritually are absolutely by our side 100% as we're doing this work, on every action we take, on every single breath we take, on every single, sound like Sting, you know what I'm saying, on every single thought, every time we try and raise that vibration. These guys are there. They're egging for us. They're rooting us on. Got all those beautiful butterflies there as well that my eyes are being drawn to. And obviously that's a powerful symbol of transformation. Have you finished, Mr. Milo? Come here. That's a powerful symbol of transformation. Hang on. Come here. As well, of alchemy, of turning one thing into another. I mean, a caterpillar's not a butterfly, is it? It's a caterpillar. It's not a butterfly. But it turns into a most beautiful butterfly. Alchemy. Okay? So this is what we're doing. We are the alchemist. We are the magician. Alright? Don't hide your empathic abilities away. And also, at the same time, don't allow yourself to be like wore out and bogged down by it. Allow those sensitivities to come up. Be brave enough to understand that you're on a double mission, and that every time you choose to do that, every time you choose to be brave and do the right thing by yourself, you're raising the collective. Okay? Understand that you're not alone. Definitely not. Absolutely not. None of us are ever alone. We're one is the truth. Okay? And we'll get through it. Let's have a look what else came up, because we had two came out. Oh, I was hoping this one would come out soon. The Heraith. There's a Welsh card in the Rebecca Campbell Starseed Oracle. It's a Welsh word, and it's a word that means a longing for a home you've never had, or for something that can't be got back to. It's something that a lot of starseeds feel, are wanting to get home, are wanting to go home and not feeling like you're home, if that makes sense. Homesick for the stars. But it's been beautifully depicted here with the Welsh word Heraith, which there's no word for that emotion in the English language, so it's a very well-known Welsh word. I'll have a little look at that. I'm so glad that one came up for us. And we've got earthed, learning how to be a human in the world but not of it. This is what I'm saying. This is part of the trick. Especially with the first one that came out, what's expected of us. Learning to be human in a world but not of it. Because a lot of us feel like this energy is people are so ugly to each other. People are so dense and miserable, and everything around us feels like it's set to bring people down and keep people down. And in many ways, maybe it is. But let's not focus on that. Let's not add the power to that. We know better than that. We know that every little bit of laughter, every little bird song, every positive action, every act of compassion towards yourself and towards others is raising vibration. I'm going to read that in a minute. Victory, Six of Wands, clarified by Six of Wands, which is a card for ultimate victory after times of struggles. Okay, this is how we're doing it. This is how we're bringing it about. Let's have a quick look at that. Chiron. I'm so glad that one came up. I was wondering when that one was going to come up for us. Chiron is a Welsh word that's difficult to translate. Okay. It refers to a longing or homesickness, a yearning for a home or a place to which we cannot return. This unexplainable, unshakable longing for home is common in starseeds and old souls. Perhaps you've once had it since birth. For some, it's a distant memory of a planet, the star system, and the universe that their soul originated from and remembers to return to. Absolutely, especially at times like this, especially where the energy's like it is right now. A place they may have experienced more than Earth. For others, it's a longing for the unity of Source, a remembering of interconnected oneness. This yearning can lead some starseeds to travel, searching all corners of the planet to find a physical place that feels more like home. For others, it can manifest as a need to find home in people, communities and relationships, a journey to find somewhere you truly belong. If you resonate with this yearning for home but don't really know where your home is, you're being invited to remember that your soul chose to be here on Earth. You're being called to fully commit to embodying your life. You're being reassured that you didn't come here alone. I just said this to you guys, yeah? And that your soul consciously decided to experience what it's like to be a soul in a human body on this planet at this time. You're being called to anchor all of your presence, your personality, your soul and your spirit in the here and the now, to fully commit to living this life right now, to commit to putting 2 feet completely in. And that is part of the struggle, isn't it? That's part of the bridge. That is a big part of the bridge for us. Empaths, starseeds, light workers and such, old souls and such, is to remember, we sort of fight against it. Beat me up, Scotty. How many times you said it in your life? I used to say it all the time. Like, I spent years saying it, looking at the sky and going, beat me up. Hey, it's too much, everybody's horrible, everything's shit, and everything's really hard, and we can see, it's easier for people like us to see how simple it is for things to be better, how simple it is for things to be nicer. But we're here because our soul chose to be here, our soul chose to come back, our souls chose to experience life on Earth. So until we fully commit to it, this very tricky bridge, I do understand, believe me, that is but that is part of the trick, is that you are in fact human. Yeah, your soul originated in the Pleiades or wherever, but you are in fact right now in the year 2022 a human being on planet Earth who chose to be here at this time, so that you can shine a light, so that you can help with the shift that's going on, and so that you can expand your own soul also, because like I say, no being in the galaxy or on planet Earth or anywhere else is ever like fully done or finished or perfect now. It's infinity. It's infinity. There's always going to be something new to learn. That's how wonderful life is. So that's wonderful. Earthed. I'm glad these came out. Earth pulsing. The challenge for all souls having a human experience to be in the world but not of it, to realise that they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it, to have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean towards transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more than comfortable praying and hanging out in the stars than on Earth. A lot of us will relate to that. Those who tend towards eminence have attached themselves more to Earth and the body. That's the vast majority of people around us, and You may feel like you're the odd one out of your tribe or your family or your friends and things like that. Most humans this time, although so many more waking up for sure and opening up for sure, it comes in waves, yeah. Most of them are in the imminence stage. They are more thinking about things in the physical world, things that they can see and touch and all of that, yeah. They're 3D types, yeah. Rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner worlds. Doesn't mean they haven't got it going on, just means they're not connecting with it, yeah. Being a fully embodied soul, having a human experience, means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence, being in the world but not of it. Most starseeds are drawn towards transcendence. They are more comfortable with the angels and the heavens. Life on earth can be difficult. If this is for you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth. Once again, same message comes up. And you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. It says soul in a human body, but I gotta be honest, I feel like the body is more in the soul, but that's a whole nother show. But we get the sentiment of it nonetheless. Okay, this is about finding balance between that longing, that hiraeth, longing for the stars, longing for a life that you can remember where we were so much more advanced and things went so much smoother because people were not being dicks all the time, and actually accepting that we're not there, we're not on, Sirius, we're not on, we're not in Atlantis, isn't that, we're here, we're in 2022, we're on planet Earth, in my experience, I'm in South Wales, or wherever you are on this planet, and it's tough. It's a tough call, but that is the balance. It's to neither be too lost in one or too stuck in the other. So you don't want to be so carried away with communing with the angels and stars and spirits and everything that you've forgotten how to be happy being a human. But at the same time, you don't want to be so stuck on earthly things that you've cut yourself off from your higher self either. Okay, it's about finding that balance in the middle, and we're doing it. That Six of Wands coming in, showing me that we're doing it. We're absolutely victorious, my loves. Okay, so this has been an interesting reading, and I can see perfectly how it fits in with the astrology of the last few days. So I hope it's helped you, and I hope you can see that as well and feel that. It's definitely got that alchemical Sagittarius, let's turn this into that and that into that and find a balance sort of vibe about it. It's definitely brought up a lot of stuff for healing in ourselves and in others around us, okay? I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give me some feedback, because this, like I say, this is a whole new reading for me, and this is how I plan to do them from now on. So I'm giving you some extra content. I'm not trying to squash everything into one reading like I was before. Hope that makes sense, and I hope you really enjoyed it. So just leave me some feedback, honest feedback. I'll try and refine the way I'm doing it a little bit more as well. I'll have a little look back at this now and have a think about how I'm doing this and going about it. But the energy was really, really strong today, and I'm sure we would all feel it. If I'm feeling it, I know a lot of you are feeling it. Very, very sensitive, almost raw, especially yesterday, and it's going to spill over into tomorrow as well, I have to warn you. When I looked at the astrology, it made perfect sense when I did my tarot the day this morning, and I thought, I think we're in a Sagittarius, and then we were, and then I realised that it all made sense, and I thought, you know what, let's do this Starseed Oracle reading. Okay, my loves, so hope you've enjoyed it. Please give me a like, please give me a share, please leave me a comment. Don't forget to look after yourselves. Don't, as well, if any of this has triggered anything for anyone, because this is a time where all people around you, even because being the way you are, you'll have people just pouring their soul out to you and whatever. So just watch out for it and take care of yourselves and take care of others around you at this time, because a lot of stuff's coming up for healing in people. So people might have emotional outbursts, people might be a little bit touchy and be sort of dealing with their shadows or trying to hide from their shadows, and go easy on them, okay? Just be your beautiful self and allow them to open up. Okay, it's not our job to go around cracking people open. It's not our job to do that. We've got to allow ourselves to be cracked open, and from the light that we gain from that, others will allow themselves to be cracked open. Hope that makes sense, okay? And I hope you found it of some use anyway, and you've enjoyed the reading. So thank you for sticking with me once again. Love you all to bits. Please look after yourselves. Like I say, get in touch if there's anything being triggered you, because I can point you in the direction of professional people to help you out with any of the challenging life circumstances that people are going through. And yeah, just take care of yourself in little ways, in practical ways. Just do something nice for yourself. Chill out. Get an early night. Yeah. Take care. All the love and all the light. There's no switching off. I'm still here. Hi.